some call it dissatisfaction, others call it fear, are in one hand. Yeah? And then we have in the other hand, we have beauty, we have satisfaction, we have self-esteem, we have confidence in this other hand. And these two, just like you have, you cannot have, it's rare that you have the left hand with the right hand on the same side. That means you have two right hands or two left hands, right? So these two, the negatives and the positives, are in separate directions. And what do we have between here? We have the head. We have our heads. Now when we have our heads, that means it's neutral. It could either decide to take the positive or to take the negative. So today we are here to talk about how we create a relationship with ourselves, either positively or negatively. The choice is yours. You choose what you want to take. So just before we start, can we quickly think about 5 or 3 loved ones that we know and we take good care of and we love them? And if I said mention a name, you quickly can mention a name. 2 or 3 or 5 loved ones that we hold dear to our hearts and we prioritize and we take good care of them. Samia, can you just tell me?
My mom. My children.
Wow. No? So you quickly remember these people because you love them, because you've got a relationship with them, because you have nurtured the relationship. So when you pass by and you see a nice tie, Rita will definitely say, my husband loves this tie, because they have had a communication. She knows what her husband likes. When Catherine passes by and sees a nice toy, they'll say, I think Steph, do you call your baby Steph?
Yeah.
I think Steph will love this toy, because she looks into Steph's eyes and says, this is my baby and I'm sure she'll love this. So what would you do to somebody who wants to take that very good relationship away? What would you do? If I'm trying to take, say, your child or your mom, if I get into your mom's space, what would you do to me? In your loved one's space? Just give me a chorus answer of that. What would you do?
I just get away with you.
I get away with you. I fight for it. What else can you do? I kill you. Some of us go to an extent of saying, I kill you. Some of us, the nice silent people, just go on and say, I hate you. And you see what you do? You hate these people, and then you just keep quiet because you hate them silently, but you can't start to smile with them, you know?
Yeah.
So you fight for the things that you love. And I've explained, you have nurtured the relationship. Somebody mentioned their husband, another mentioned their mom, another mentioned their daughter. But where are you on that list of priorities? Where is you? Where is your name? Do you want to tell me you don't love yourselves? Do you want to say that you have so much love that it's okay? You want to give away all this love and have nothing left for yourself? Can you anyway give what you don't have? Can you give enough of what you don't have? Can you? No. So then, a list of the loved ones you have. Number 1 should be Rita, Maureen, Kathy. Then number 2 comes mommy. Then number 3 comes husband. You know, your priority. That you should be number 1 on that list of priorities. Yes? So, this is what we do to ourselves. We forget ourselves, and when we forget each other, why I say each other is because you have yourself and you have your inner self. When you have your inner self and you forget them, they become another person in you. They become that neglected person. So what will happen? This is what happens. You totally give up what you're thinking, and then you say, even the strongest person like me deserves to be loved. Why do I keep giving all this love and I'm not getting it back? Do you understand? Do we ever get into a moment where you feel you have loved so much and love hasn't been given back to you?
Oh, yeah.
Do you? Please tell me, do you? So when you feel that point where love is not being given back to you, this is what happens. You're seeking for nothing because you don't love yourself. Because if you feel love within you, it's okay if nobody else loves you. Do you understand? If you love yourself enough, it's going to be extremely fine if nobody else feels that kind of love for you. Are we together? So when you love yourself, you create a relationship with yourself. These are the questions you'll ask. Maureen, what do you like to do? Rita, what do you like to do? Nicole, do you like blue or you like black? So then you walk into a mall, you say, should I, wait, you know, you're going to have a discussion with yourself because you love yourself. These are the questions you ask the people you love. Mommy, I'm in the market. What should I buy for you? And mommy says, bring for me watermelon. Then you say, mommy, the last time you bought watermelon, you didn't like it. Maybe I should get you apples, you know? But you never do that for yourselves. You never ask yourselves what you love. That means you're ignoring the person deep inside of you. And when you ignore the person deep inside of you, do you know what happens? You forget about yourself. You give too much love. You feel empty. You give it all away, and then you deplete. And then you start being expectant. And then the people disappoint you. And then you hate them. And you can't tell them. But you just keep giving love. Loveless love. Have you heard of loveless love? Now do this one thing for me. Close your eyes for me. Close them. Now open them. Open them. Now, look at your neighbor. Whoever has a neighbor. If you have a neighbor. If you have a neighbor, just look at your neighbor for me. Now close your neighbor's eyes. It's painful. It's painful. Please close your neighbor's eyes. Please look. Look now. Look. I'm touching somebody. So this is what we're saying. The power to close your eyes lies within you. So the power to close your neighbor's eyes is nowhere in your jurisdiction. You do not have that power. Do you understand? Now this is friendship. That is the true definition of a relationship with self. A relationship with self means you have the power to make of you what you want to be. The way you can quickly close your eyes, the way you can quickly make a decision to say, I'm tired. The way you can quickly decide to come here tonight or stay where you were. The power lies within you, within your heart, and quickly your heart communicates to your mind, and either your mind is clouded or it becomes a crystal mind. A crystal mind is a beautiful mind that thinks beautiful things. A clouded heart, I don't know, I can't define it. It's not there in crystal mind. We don't have the definition because we know happiness. And we saw one really nice speaker called John Rome said, you can have more than you got because you can become more than you are right now. And he added, unless you change, you will always have what you got. Are we together?
Yeah.
If you do not change, you cannot even make a step. Change, what we're talking about is change. Change your attitude towards yourself. Change your attitude towards things that you love. Change your attitude towards your fingernails, your eyes, your body, your cleanliness, your love, your everything about you, your hair, your ears, your shoes, Just today, I'll tell you a story. Just today, somebody walked in, one of us in this audience, and they told me, I need to talk to you, and I was excited. Yay, that's another job, counseling or research or entrepreneurship drills. Then this lady came and told me, Maureen, you should have told us that people are coming in and they're going to be very smart. I should have done better. I could have gotten a better dress or better shoes. But you know, I was lucky enough to have another pair of shoes. You know, ladies are always carrying around big bags. The bags have shoes, a comb, a hand, including a wallet. We always have our wallets. Move around with our wallets. So, what am I driving at? This lady loves herself enough for emergencies. Just in case I walk in and they are smart. So pull out those heels and I wear them. And that's exactly what you can do with yourself. When you want to create a relationship with yourself, you can't afford to say, I'll do it tomorrow. Why? Have this minute, you might not have the next minute. The power lies within us. Are you willing to jump out of who you are today, that kind of person who takes you for granted into the kind of person that will harness the love that you are. Are we willing to do? Starts by you loving yourself. We already know that we love ourselves. How else can you? Because how else can we show love to us? How else? There's a bit.
Besides loving ourselves, what can I say? Generally, sometimes we forget ourselves. In most cases, like when we get salary, we first think of people around us and we forget about ourselves. I think there's a place where we first need to think about ourselves and then
Looking for mommy, for friend, for child accountants if you have any, or if you're the boss, you start picking on your capital, and then what do? You hate yourself. You become indebted, and you don't like the life that you're living. Yes, so you love yourself, and you have to get to a point where we share with ourselves. But you see, that comes very quickly if you put yourself on that list of priorities. Number one up here. When I get my salary, Maureen, think. Then the rest you can start. For you to get, you must give. And you must give back to God because He gives us. So you give God 10%, you have 90%. Now you start to share the 90%. Yeah? I will share with you 5 steps of how we can develop a beautiful relationship with ourselves. These steps are practical because Maureen is a practical person. I love reading, I love writing, but I mostly love practical things. I love practical solutions. If you're saying that, if I come to you and I tell you I have this problem, and my friends know it, I need for you to give me a practical solution that I can start on the next minute I leave you. So that's precisely. If you've been loving yourself, now you're going to love yourself a little more.
Oh yeah.
If you've been loving yourself like 80%, it's going to shoot because it should be like 99.1%. I'm not saying be selfish. I'm saying prioritize yourself. Yeah. Because if you don't prioritize yourself, somebody will not give you priority, and you'll be saying that, yeah, I've given them all this priority in my life. You understand? So, one of the steps that we have here is you have to do a soul search, and a soul search involves a number of things. When I say a soul search or a personal search, it involves you understanding your weaknesses, understanding your strengths, you understand yourself, you're practical, you understand, first of all you seek for your talent, your gifting, your skill. Because it's one thing knowing I'm a good speaker. It's another thing trying to understand what you're going to speak. Because anybody can speak. The mode of speaking differs. Are we together? So once you understand yourself, you will believe that you will get exactly what it is that you're looking. But when you're soul searching, please wear a positive lens on that search. Because some of us are going to search differently. You're going to search and say, oh my God, I think I'm a good doctor. But you see, you're 34 already. You're having to go back to medical school. It needs you 7 years. Yes, let's be hopeful, but let's be practical. When will you finish? You understand? So, and then do a search. Seek, look into your soul. What do you like to do best? How do you do it? When you do it, are you appreciated? It's not more about are you appreciated. Do you appreciate yourself? How do you feel when you're doing what you do? I've searched. And you know, because you need to be a person of strong character for you to search and keep moving. Because when you search, you're like, hey, wait, I think I'm a good cook. And then you start catering. Then you do that, it's growing, then what happens? You start realizing, wait, I think the heat is a little bit too much because you're using practical means. And cool, what, all these things. You're like, need that cut D1. Then you're like, okay, good, thank you very much, I've done that. Let me try decor. Then you go into decor. Then you do events. And you like to talk to people. And you're meeting people and you're loving them. But decoration and events management is an emotional business. A bride is going to come to you and they are going to tell you, I told you to do this. They show you a picture of America or a picture in India where the flowers were like this. And in Uganda, those flowers, they are not there. And she wants natural ones, but you can afford to get them at fish shop. And then you have searched and you have come up with those flowers. Then the bride starts crying. And then you're like, no, I can't take this business of making people cry. Then you're like, okay, Deco, I think. Let me put in the closet. Then like, this is it. I'm going to do. Look. Then you look at the course outline. You look for the local outline. Then you look at the books. Then you look at like, no, sorry, I was mistaken. I can settle for teaching. You are soul searching. You might not know what you're doing, but you are soul searching. You're searching for your skill. You're searching for your talent. And then determination. You are determined. When you're doing a soul search, you have to be determined. You have to close your eyes to opinion. People have told me, Maureen, what haven't you done? You have done it all. You have, the way you just described me. That is me. You have done it all. But comforts me that through doing everything I've done, I have known, yes, I'm good at this, but I think I'm better at the other. I'm good at this, and I try. There are so many of us here who know what they are good at, but they have not even started. The second thing that you can do, once you soul search, you're going to find. And if you soul search with a positive lens, you will find. When you soul search with a negative lens, trust me, you will also find. This is what you'll find. We can't. I didn't. They don't like me. That's not for me. That is too low. That is too below. I don't have capital. I don't have this. You understand? You will get the negative. Because that is what your mind is telling you. Please soul search with a beautiful, positive mind. Now I know what I can do. Then you get out of your comfort zone. Do you know what corporate means? Do you know what it means to sit behind a beautiful office with a picture of your mother, a picture of your husband, a picture of your children, just there, and AC, and you're just there, and you're just there. What will I eat for lunch? Hello, can I have wings? Mild spice. It is beautiful. It is a beautiful world, you know? But it's beautiful if you love it. But if you seek to experience life, you have to be able to harmonize the desk and out of your comfort zone. I'm not saying it's bad to be behind the desk, but you have to harmonize the two. Because remember, you will not forever be behind the desk. We're talking about corporates. If you're a businesswoman, you have to harness to juggle very many things. You have to learn to be a wife. When you're doing business, you do not have an 8 to 5. You could wake up at 3 and go to bed at 3. Or you wake up at 3 and never go to bed until probably your container is here. So we stay in our comfort zones because we are scared of being judged. But you see, if you speak to yourself and you tell yourself, this is what I love to do, there is no amount of judgment that is going to stop you. You know, success and love, like somebody said, if you're fighting for somebody you love, if you're fighting for the love of your life, you could even kill. You could hate somebody so much. So you have to hate that person in you that fears to be judged. Please, can you hate that person for me? Can you hate that person that fears to be judged, that holds you back into your comfort zone? Can you do that for me? Because they hold you from loving yourself a little too much so that you can get to the 99.9% of that relationship with you. Other people say, I can't get out of my comfort zone because it is very hard. It is going to be very, very difficult for me to do what I want to do. You have your dream. Each of us knows what they want to do. So you say, I can't do that because I don't have capital. I don't have enough money. I don't have capital. Okay, if you get capital. I don't have clothes if you get clothes. I don't have networks. My God, what's with I don't have? Can you just remove that not and say, I do have networks, I do have job, I do have capital? Can you just do that? So that you just jump out of your comfort zone and move. Nobody said it's going to be easy. When you need to take a very big decision that is going to be life-changing to you, what happens? You're afraid. You're scared. You're thinking, what will tomorrow be? But you have to speak to yourself and say, hey, big, sweet successes come with a lot of pain, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of hard work, a lot of loneliness. we shall get to loneliness. So basically, two things so far. One, it was soul search. Second, you can get out of your comfort zone. Now the third one is the beautiful one. You know why it's beautiful? You know why it's difficult? Because it involves having to close doors. You have to close those doors that keep opening. You know, now this is you. This is you, practical. You know, I told you I'm a practical person. Yeah. Now this is you. This is your relationship with you. Now me is the relationship with me. Behind the door is my past. Here is my future. So this is me. You know what?
Wow.
So bye. Enough is enough. I am done. I am done with all the unpure relationships. I am done with all the friends that are pulling me down. I am done. By the way, I am done. Of you know what? You keep it shut. You keep it shut. Am I communicating?
Yes.
Am I? Basically, this is what I'm trying to tell you. You can't keep opening that door. You can't keep looking back. There could be very nice things back there. But if you're not communicating to your dream, to your goal, let them go. Just let them go. And trust me, if you give the new you time, you will see the beauty that you have within you, possibilities in the new you. You'll see the possibilities in the people that you're going to meet in the new you. You understand? So please shut doors. Doors are very difficult to shut. Imagine I've had friends since childhood, and I've loved them, and I like them. They know me. We have played Gogolo together. We have played Tepo together. We have done all these things together. But now Maureen wants to be a different person. And you're not speaking into the new me. So if you're not speaking into the new me, that means you're going to keep me going back.
Oh yeah.
And why should I then keep with you? I need to respect the person within me. Do you have some of those things you would like to close out?
Yeah. Some of the relationships we engage ourselves into, you know, we're in and it's not working out. You really feel you want to get out of it, but you don't have that energy. You just need that little push, that prayer, that, you know, like, I need to get out of this thing. It is not working for me. Close the door, like you've said, and get out of it and move on.
We talk about relationships, and when we talk about personal, I want you to harness the fact that personal means you. Be a relationship with her books, a relationship with her phone, a relationship with her bags, that has to always buy shoes, you know? You have a deep relationship with money that is meant to be for other things, but you always pull it to go and buy shoes. May have a bad relationship with ice cream. That relationship is always in your face. You deserve to shut the doors. And when you move, that means when you shut the door, you become a new person. When you move into the new you, you have to believe and push the limits. The rest are very easy. The fourth one, you have to choose the right networks. When I said networks, I'm not saying K2. I'm not saying MTN. I'm saying choose the people who speak lovely, crystal to you. This is how it's done. For example, in everything that I have been doing, the constant has been I've been interacting with people. Now that I'm clear with what I want, what is my kind of network? Who are the people I'm going to hang with? Which crowds am I going to go to? You know, that is what we are talking about. You want to be an accountant, and here you are hanging with doctors. The kind of conversation the doctors are going to be having is not going to build the relationship you want with yourself to get you to be an accountant. Who are you supposed to hang with when you want to be an accountant? Accountants. Create accounting in your head. Visualize yourself. Visualize you sitting somewhere in a big firm that you own. I always like to own things that you own, and you're an accountant. But now you don't even know where accounting school is. God help you, already an accountant, but you want to move a step forward into accountancy. Your friends are starters, assistants. How are you? I'm not saying don't learn from them. I'm saying be with them, but look at who you want to be and try to befriend people who are better than you in that aspect. Yes?
Yeah.
Now, that is going to create this thirst in you. It's going to create the hunger in you, the hunger for success, and you'll hang with them, you'll speak with them. This is what it is. You are who you hang with. Your networks should be those ones that help you invest in yourself. So, do not be scared to close out. Close the doors, including the networks that don't work for you. Close them. The last thing is learning to encourage yourself. You have done soul search, you've gotten out of your comfort zone, you have closed the doors, now you have the right networks. Now, you have to learn to encourage yourself. Because amidst the networks, you're not networking with angels. You understand? You're not networking with angels. Because the people you're networking with, they are professional competitors. They are enemies. They are friends who are genuine friends. So you have to have the discernment, the ability, the maturity to know exactly what it is that you want. If somebody from your networks gives you advice, how are you taking it? Are you taking it full swing? Or are you discerning what works for you and your situation? When we are developing a relationship with ourselves, it starts within your heart, your power to choose, and then in your mind. And I told you your mind has to be crystal. You have to learn to encourage yourself. Are there those times? Do we ever get into those moments where you have to do it yourself?
I lost my job. I shouldn't have had so many friends, but during that time, the friends whom I actually was counting on happened that, you know, you try to reach somebody, but it's unable to help you. And then also other problems to do with somebody encouraging you because he needs to provide support.
Thank you very much. You have, CrystalMind provides you a very safe space. You hear people talking about things that they would ordinarily not talk about. I like you for having mentioned one thing. You have no contract with your friends being there for you when you're suffering.
Yes.
Who said that loyalty should be a contract? No. Probably for me, my standard of being friends with you is when you're well. So you cannot pull me down with you in your problems. Sorry, when you're better, get back to me. You know? Those are the kind of friends some of us might have. Some of you here could be having. You understand? So never forget that person, that one person, you. You remember that one person we got from point one? That person who's called you, who's always there for you. And that person is going to leave you the day you die. So please, respect that person. Learn to encourage yourself. You can only do an encouragement of yourself through trust in yourself. You have to tell yourself positive, give yourself positive affirmations. I can do this. I can do this. I have done it before. If it's your first time, nothing under the sky is new. Things have happened in Adam and Eve's time, in Abraham's time, you know. Many things have happened. So you're not always the first in any situation. Learn to encourage yourself, learn to trust yourself, and you have to stick to your goals and your plans no matter what. You have to focus and tell yourself, I must. So, for you to get a beautiful plan, you have to revisit all 4 steps. Yeah? After revisiting them, you have to adopt a 5C complex plan. For you to have a workable, actionable plan, it has to be a 5C complex plan. It has to be concise, it has to be clear, it has to be committed, it has to be consistent, and it has to be compelling. You have to psych yourself, fake it, make it, fake. You have to do everything you want with yourself in that plan. If your plan is not clear, you'll probably drive to everywhere and lose your fuel. If your plan is not concise, you'll try everything, like I did. Yeah? If your plan is not consistent, you'll try and get it and find that it's hard, and then you give up. You understand? So you really have to adopt the 5C complex plan. And I just want to ask you guys to follow tell the world about CrystalMind. We do a number of things. We do policy analysis. We do entrepreneurship drills. Through the journeys and the searching, I have learned to do so many things. So I'm really good at entrepreneurship. I do drills for entrepreneurship. I do a lot of motivational speaking. I do counseling. And when I talk about counseling, please don't get me wrong. It's not just counseling for the dying, counseling for the heart, even counseling for the happy. You know you can be happy and run mad. You need, and then you're so happy, you can't even share your happiness with anybody. So I am that ear. CrystalMind has that ear that can listen. I do the bridging. Oh my God, I love Crystal.